Hi, guys. Welcome to the Tech Talk Africa podcast. This is the only podcast that knows how to maintain tabs on a browser. I'm your host, Jessy.
And I'm your co-host, Victor.
So, Victor, how has your week been? Umedu nini, umefanya nini na what is your highlight bana?
The week is still relatively new.
Uh-huh.
It's Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
so we've only had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but it depends when you start your week.
Uh-huh.
So mine starts on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Monday was fine, school, nini. Yesterday we were at the brand ambassador launch
Yeah.
for Techno
Uh-huh.
on their new phone, the Camon 20 Premier.
Yeah.
It was a good event.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can't make fun of me because because I got a free phone.
Uh-huh.
So I have two phones plus my burner phone. So who's on top now?
You have a free phone.
Hmm?
It's a free phone. It doesn't have any weight, Joe.
Hey, anyway.
Uh-huh.
And you, what about you? How's been week been?
Busy, practically had visitors, but then that is another world. Then it was good. Yesterday, was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
For yesterday, I was happy. At least you won a phone, and we were I think one of the one of the new people to be brought on the launch, and
Yeah.
we got something on top of that.
Shout out to Techno Kenya, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Techno Kenya. And amazingly, also we saw a couple of people you made connections, which I'm
Yeah.
also grand about.
Yeah.
But then, yes, the week is still young, so new thing. And then the producer said, "Sai aushikiki jo, ulisalamia Nyashinsky."
Yeah, that's a story for another day anyway.
Uh-huh. So basically, our listeners, last time we started with AI, and then this week is an infusion of social media and AI on a lesser aspect. But then our story of social media starts with during the COVID season when people were very idle.
Yeah, the pandemic.
The pandemic brought people needing people because we were on lockdown, and the only hobby people had was being chased by the police after
Curfew hours.
curfew hours. But then people craved attention. People craved communication, which is one of the best aspects humans need. And I'll start from Clubhouse. Clubhouse started way back, and Clubhouse had a boom during COVID. This is because of the audio social thing. And audio social is the aspect of people not people people just communicating through social media. You can hear someone's voice, but then you cannot see them compared to the native social media ways it was. That
Yeah.
is tweeting, that is writing long posts, and all this. Now, Clubhouse was a boom, and people rushed over there. They saw like there was no life after COVID, basically.
Yeah, it was especially for people of my age group.
Gen Z.
It was a boom. It was something new. I think it had games you could play, you'd socialize, you'd meet new people.
Yeah.
And everyone was on it. But then I don't know what happened. After a few months or so, as the year progressed, it disappeared. Everyone was like now out of it. But I've not heard of it again. I've not seen people use it again. The people who I used to use it with are not and don't even have the apps on their phones. I think when we got back to like meeting people, its relevance disappeared.
Died.
Yeah, died.
Yeah, but then before the meeting of the people, some few things happened. You know, when we go with trends in technology and in life.
Yeah.
In 2020 November, Twitter started Twitter Spaces
Yeah.
because the threads and all these things were not catching up, and the conversations people wanted more. So Twitter Spaces came up and about.
At around the same time, in the same year, when Clubhouse launched this, Instagram took the model and did it for they had a similar thing. Spotify also had a similar thing, but it's been like, I think it was closed.
Yeah.
Same to Instagrams, I think so. So it's only Twitter Spaces, which is actually doing really well, that is alive. After Clubhouse now, the idea was good, but Twitter took it and made it into a better thing, and it is benefiting them.
I think this is because, you see, for Twitter now, it's a model that did not opportunize, kusemaje, walichukulia opportunity. Yes.
Yeah, they took it. Yeah.
Yeah, because of the trend, they just onboarded people on whatever conversations they were having. Now, after Twitter, we saw TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok, yes, was there for the longest time, but then it started picking up in 2020, coming up slowly, up to now. It's a bigger threat.
In 2020 also, that's when Instagram launched the Reels.
Yes.
Around media, I don't remember when it was, but I know it launched the Reels around the same time.
After LinkedIn, you see there was Facebook podcast, and then after that, we see now other couple of things rising up.
Yeah.
But then again, you were saying there's this thing of Reels on Instagram.
Short form video.
Yeah. So that was the vertical content of video. People were new to that. I think that is now almost post-COVID, or still during COVID.
It was still during the season, but the pressure had come down a little bit.
During that time, vertical videos was picking up, and people were getting obsessed with videos now. That's when content creators realized we can shoot content in this form. Now that was picking up. Companies wanted reels. But then now you are indoors, you can't create a campaign for social media on the reels with the products that you have. That is less. You cannot go out, interact with people. Now, from that, there was a couple of things that were developing. Now we come to the era of TikTok.
Yes.
TikTok creates a mayhem for a lot of companies right now. They also even want to ban it in the States. But no, this is because of spying and all this. But then it's a whole conversation.
Yeah,
that
TikTok
is
is already banned in a few countries. China, India, I think, for the same reasons. We might see it happening in the US, but I'm not really sure. Maybe speculation, maybe they might decide to just let it go. But I don't feel like, even if it's banned, it won't still be big. I feel like it will still be big. It's the biggest social media app currently, I think so. Yeah.
So, okay, now TikTok was good for the Gen Z because it catered to their problems more compared to the other clustered apps.
Yeah.
By then, it was Instagram. It used to be the perfect fit. Facebook was way back then. Even Snapchat, it's still struggling inside there. By the way, congratulations to them. They are still in between there, despite everything that they're facing. But now, every social app right now wants to copy TikTok. Twitter has videos, as much as it's not the bigger capacity. And it's also messed up basing on the blue checks and everything, which we're going to discuss. Instagram has changed a couple of things. They're trying to prioritize the reels and doing all that, or probably go back to the old way of pictures. They're still fighting, wondering what TikTok is doing. And then now, the weirdest one is Spotify. Why the hell does Spotify have vertical podcasts, videos inside a music app?
First of all, in Kenya, we are very limited. Spotify has videos, but in Kenya, if you check the Spotify app, you don't find videos for the podcast and stuff like that. Same to Apple Music, I think. Same, yeah. Now, the first time I downloaded the app, the update, Okay, of course, it updated itself.
Uh-huh.
And I checked on it and I was like, what in the TikTok is this now? It didn't make sense to me at first because I don't see the use of it. I don't know why they would implement it. Even MKBHD was bashing them for that.
Yeah.
Was like, this thing doesn't help. This thing is not relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know why a music app would go the way of a social media app. And it's already popular. It's fighting against Apple Music to become like, it might even be more popular because of its availability on both Android systems and Apple iOS systems. But I don't know why they would jump to such
the vertical kind of content.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm a Spotify user. I use Apple Music and I prefer the user interface of Apple Music to Spotify. I used to like the way it was, but now with this vertical thing, I don't.
And the more you keep scrolling, the more it gives you more videos compared to now you wanting to search the best music that you want to look for, which is also again holding you hostage.
Yeah, that's what it does.
Okay, now, after all these things, Elon Musk came to Twitter. From then, social media has been changing. Every social media has been changing. Right now, Gmail has check marks, which for me, that is a win because you need to know where an official message has come from.
It was there, but it wasn't in the email exactly. You had to go to the like profile. You see that it has the check mark.
Now, also on Instagram, it used to be there, but now it's a little bit also different.
Yeah, they like monetize it. They changed it to
a subscription plan. Yeah,
subscription plan.
Now for Twitter, now that is the chaos because it used to be there. It changed to a subscription model. Every blue check mark was taken away, and then zikarudishwa for people who had, I think, 1 million and above first.
Yeah.
And then it returned to the others. Now the question is, what is the viability of that? Is Elon Musk just trying to play with people on the subscription model or wanting funds? Or I don't get.
Okay, someone may look at it in that way, but the way I see it, he came up with this idea. Instagram did not have that idea. Maybe they had thought of it, but they didn't think it would work. Companies are currently suffering because of I think the recession. There are a lot of layoffs. If you check on tech news or anyway, a lot of companies around the world, there are layoffs. So and money spent on ads is not returning any profits.
Any profits, yeah.
So when he brought this new idea, I think that's why other companies like Instagram embraced this idea. Because that way they can make money off of the check mark instead of just giving it out for free. Now, I don't know why he decided to bring it back for the users around, I think it's above 1 million, because he did the same thing with Twitter Blue. Twitter Blue is free for people who have above 1 million followers. But I think it was innovative, the idea. But I don't know why he did that again.
Okay, now with that, he changed a couple of things. We saw like social media is going the subscription model. Everyone wants to pay for something to access something. But then also information is being passed. There's no relevancy in the check marks. So it's not something to withstand time.
No, with the check marks, the problem is if I can get a check mark and you can get a check mark, and you don't have to go through a review process, then that's where scammers come in. Because if I can create an account and I write Safaricom PLC, I use Bolt Kenya or anything, any company's name, and I put a check mark. Of course, not everybody will be scammed. Some might be smart and look at it, check twice. Some people don't normally check twice. That's why people are still being conned and scammed in this day and age. And sometimes you just get caught off guard.
Yeah.
So it poses as a risk. At the same time, bringing the subscription models, I think it was just a good idea for companies. They can make their money, but me as a user, I go onto Instagram to entertain myself or to pass time. I'm not, and it
You're
is
not going
free,
for the
and it is free. Mind you, if you pay for a subscription, you will still get ads.
Yeah.
The same way you get ads
On a free-
on the normal, on the free version, or on Twitter. Same, I'll get ads on Twitter Blue, and it doesn't really help. I can't. If I am paying for a subscription service, I don't want to see ads there. The same way, if I pay for Netflix, I don't see ads. So now, if I pay for Instagram and I see ads, then my money, I don't feel like my money has any value. So I'd rather just stay with the free version.
Let's roll back kidogo. You see, Snapchat is doing something weird.
Snapchat also has a paid version.
Yes, but let's forget that. Last time we tackled AI a little. Now, AI is becoming a conversational tool in some social platforms. Now, the biggest one is Snapchat. You can have a conversation with AI and then also let AI have a conversation with someone else on your behalf. But then also, inside the conversation, AI might be throwing you sponsored ads inside a conversation. Is that the death of Snapchat with AI or not?
What Snapchat is doing with the AI, first of all, I'd never used it until this morning. I was reading an article online about it. And then a few minutes later, I go into Snapchat and I see my AI has sent a chat. And I'm like, okay. I did not respond to it. I don't feel like I want to talk to a machine or a robot. I already have ever talked to. I think it's the same. I feel like it's the same thing with Google Assistant because you train it. You train it, you normally, and it learns things from you. It knows what you do. And the same way, if I want to, like, say, if they're giving ads in the AI in Snapchat, the same way, an example was if you tell the AI you feel hungry, then it will give you suggestions of
Where
food
to eat.
and where to eat. Why don't I just ask my assistant, Google Assistant or Alexa or Siri? Why don't I just ask them the question and I'll just get my answer directly?
So conversational AI doesn't apply literally everywhere.
Okay, it can, but no, yeah, it doesn't apply everywhere. Sorry, it doesn't apply everywhere because I don't feel like I want to be seeing ads because sometimes I may feel hungry, but I don't actually want to eat. So if I tell it I'm hungry and then it suggests for me something, and I end up spending money, and then I start thinking, why did I spend money? And then I'm like, I don't feel like it's relevant at the time right now. It may be something to pass time. At the same time, it may just turn me into another lazy person as someone who does not want to socialize because you're already in the current world we are living in. People are not talking, people are not communicating with each other. We are becoming somewhat, we call it, I don't know what we call it, but we don't want to communicate. I'd rather sit in my house all day, just scroll through TikTok. And now, if in Snapchat introduces something, a machine, an AI that I can talk to without leaving the house, then that's it.
It's
Without talking
worsening
to
the
him.
situation,
Yeah.
exactly.
So it will reach a point where we are stops. The one thing that makes us human is other humans. It's talking, conversing, because from other humans we learn, we pick energy from other humans. So if we cut that from the equation, then what are we left with?
Yeah, that's a good question. But then me, I wouldn't trust myself having a conversation with it because, as of the previous episode, we said AI gives you ask it what are the sources of this information, and then it gives you broken links. It's not something I'd want it also in my conversational day of life with someone per se, and completely not. That is not something I want. But then you see, I said the future of social media a few days or a few months ago seemed to go the subscription model and the check marks and all this. But then also again, last time we tackled Web3, decentralization and centralization.
Yes.
So social media is going the decentralized way. After Elon Musk came into Twitter, we saw Blue Sky and we saw Mastodon. But then they're operating differently because they operate on servers. You can hop from this account to this account, maintain all your chats, maintain all your conversations. You see, if they unite every social media platform, let's say I ask a question on Reddit, someone can answer it on Snapchat. Basing my whole account runs through all the API, everything through all the other accounts. So it unites everything at once. So a Snapchat user can answer my Reddit question. A WhatsApp user can answer my Reddit question, and it shows this guy is from WhatsApp, and it contributes to that. Now that is a uniformed social media. You see, but the problem is for Blue Sky we have a lot of bots asking questions, and these bots learn from AI. There's a lot of people posting weird things, lots of threads, useless threads, like long threads, I mean. And for Mastodon,
and you can imagine it's not open to everyone.
Exactly.
It's only got a few thousand users.
And for Mastodon, the funny thing is, you are seated here, I'm seated here. If you are on a different server and I'm on a different server, we can't have a conversation.
So how does that help me?
But then I can hop from Mastodon to another app with the same details, with the same everything. Now, who will win the war of decentralized social media between Blue Sky and Mastodon?
I'd go with Blue Sky. I don't know, I feel like Blue Sky is something, because Blue Sky, if they expand and we can all just connect to like different servers and we talk to each other the same way, then it's easier. I don't have to worry about if I'm switching from this server or if I'm from this server to another server. Yeah.
But now you see, the problem with decentralization, when we were talking crypto, is something has to be controlled. We are fighting federation over moderation. Social media has to have moderation. But then people want to be free. They want to be free. Now, TikTok, when it was being banned, they were saying they'll moderate content and doing all this and doing all this. Now, these future social apps like Mastodon and Blue Sky want to enable this. But then people don't want moderation. That's why they're escaping Twitter towards Blue Sky. Now, how will moderation and federation work together?
First of all, we always have to need to have moderation. Because in the case of Blue Sky, if you see what's on Blue Sky, then you realize why we need to have moderation. It's just explicit content, just crazy things happening on there. It's like I've never like the stories I hear about the dark net, where people just post anything. They feel like they can post very, very disturbing things.
Yeah.
If we go the decentralized way, we might end up there. We might end up seeing some very damaging things. And since social media is open to all the masses, where every age group, anybody who can who has a smartphone or can gain access to the internet can go into social media, then we might end up destroying the younger generation.
But again, I said last time, you see, when you're playing a game, take Call of Duty, the people who abuse you online are kids.
Do you feel like these kids were brought up the right way, but met people online who bullied them, and they ended up going the bullying way?
What is the right way first? Because to someone, the right way is abusing someone. It's conversational to them. Like they grew up in a home where people are abusing each other. So they bring the trend online. So they abuse you very thoroughly. But then, you see, now, moderation over federation. Can those two work together?
I think they can. Yes, I think they do can.
Moderation has tried to work for Twitter. But then we saw when it got so much for Elon Musk, he shut down some accounts because it got so much for him. Everyone is usually against Elon Musk on Twitter.
But why? But you always see Elon Musk on Twitter. You never go on Twitter and scroll for a few minutes and not see his account.
But he's the owner, he has prioritized the algorithm to feed Elon Musk first.
I told you last time. I feel like I think in one of our previous episodes, I told you I feel like Elon Musk is just playing with Twitter, and it's a toy to him because he has the money. If it goes losses, he's okay. If it doesn't, if it goes profits, it's just still okay. Whatever happens to it, he can just experiment with it. So whatever he does on there is up to him.
But again, he said he bought Twitter because he thought people will make him buy Twitter.
See, I'm telling you, this thing is a game to him. But anyway, if Twitter moderation works for him and for us, then maybe the decentralized might work. But we just have to find a way. I know we will eventually come up with a way to just moderate it all.
Web 1 and Web 2, moderation and financials have worked. Now, how is Web 3 going to work on the financial models for the social media apps?
I do not have I do not have an answer for that because I feel like Web3 is really complicated because if it can run anywhere, it's just running off of anything, then it's really hard. But at the same time, I'm still having faith that we can come up with an idea or a way to moderate it.
Because you see, if my content gets served to another platform and then I don't get finance from another platform as a content creator, how am I benefiting from this decentralized social media?
If they have figured out a way to move your content from TikTok to Instagram, from Instagram to YouTube, from YouTube to Snapchat to Facebook, anyway, it's your account. Everybody knows it's Jessy.
Yeah.
So somehow they'll have to, with their own payments, the way the YouTube has a way it pays its creators, TikTok has a way it pays its creators, Instagram. So I feel like if your account, you use one account for each and every one of these apps or social media sites or anything, then each one of them, depending on the number or if you have reached the minimum number of subscribers or followers or anything, or if you made them money, then you should be able to get money from all these different apps straight to you because you have that one account. It's the same way you can have one account but get money from different
Medias.
yeah.
Okay. So, Google I/O is coming. What are you excited about I/O?
The new watch. I'm hoping they have a new watch. I didn't like the last one. It was too big. The bezels were like. But I hope they've made it better.
Do you think their model of them leaking a device and then announcing the device works?
Yeah. It's the same thing Blue Sky is doing because if they show you that this is how Blue Sky looks like, then I want to go in there. If you see something that is exclusive and you're like, okay, this is what happens here, then I'll want to go in there. Why do people buy VIP tickets? Because maybe they were at an event last time and they saw the VIP guys had a nice time. They met the artist and me, I was in the regular and I didn't. So if Google leak their phone, you see this thing looks good. People buy it. This thing looks good. People like something that looks good. So they'll end up going and buying it. And a Pixel is not a common phone. So if someone sees it and sees the design and sees this is something new, this is something different, good for them. They end up, they buy the phone. So it works for them. It has been working for them over time.
So to our users, Tecno has released a new phone, Come on 20. The pre-order link is up. Go order the phone. You just pay 5,000 Kenya shillings, and the phone will be yours by a couple of days, probably when the launch is out. The launch is going to happen on the 17th. So the Come on 20 will be yours. We'll give you more details about the phone later, but for now, the phone is pretty good. The phone is pretty solid, sleek design. Go check out Come on 20. So Victor,
Yeah.
what's your parting shot?
Subscribe.
To what?
Subscribe to this channel. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. We also have a page on TikTok, Facebook. We also have individual socials. It will be there in the description box. And have a nice time.
Yeah, you guys don't watch and don't subscribe. And also, this is Semabox, where we host our spaces. You can see that the ambience has changed. These people are creative. Come do your sessions over here. Go over the website. There's new changes over there for creatives, for businesses, and a lot of things are happening. Peace.